So, get ready for a Billy rant, folks.
Oh boy.
This is gonna be good.
Okay, so first of all, returning character. Shit. What's worse? It's a third time the character returns. It's like, oh my god, are you serious? And here's the reason, and this is going to even be even worse now, because, okay, when you look at returning combatants, Wonder Woman went up against opponents that were pretty dang strong, except for Rogue, but we don't talk about that ever. Like, she fought...
That was season 1. Let it go.
I will never let it go.
I am one with the wind and sky.
Okay.
Who invited Elsa?
You said let it go, I just went for it.
Of course you did.
Okay, let's not keep segueing. Okay, so first of all, when I look at Wonder Woman's 3 times matches, the first one she had, I do feel like she should have won, but at least when she returned again, she fought a stronger opponent, and you could decide who would win on that fight. And when she came back again, one, it was a highly requested She-Ra fight, so I kind of let it slide, even though I was still kind of annoyed about it. But at least She-Ra had a chance to also win against Wonder Woman. People still debate that, actually, whether She-Ra would lose. Because, I mean, obviously, if it's against Netflix She-Ra, yeah, Diana's killing her.
Oh yeah, if it was Netflix She-Ra, then rip.
But you know what? I can look past that. For one, you know, the fight was alright. Wasn't amazing, but it was alright. And, you know, she went up against opponents that were equal to her. Then, now let's look at Shadow's fight. Shadow went up against Vegeta, who, okay, at the time it came out, Vegeta was OP compared to Shadow. But obviously, as time's gone on, you know, Shadow's gotten more powerful, so that fight could be...
Dude, so is Vegeta.
I still think Shadow has a good chance now. Like, people tend to say Shadow's not as powerful in games. No, Game Shadow is equally as OP as he is an Archie. Well, okay, maybe not equally, but he is very powerful. But
Meanwhile, Vegeta compares to Goku, who in base 9 times universal.
okay, but then he went up against Mewtwo, which I also say, you know what? This fight is also pretty even. I mean, technically, Shadow is way more powerful than Mewtwo in terms of destructive capability, but Mewtwo had, you know, hacks, the ability to erase your memory in like a split second, loads of psychic abilities that Shadow could not really fight against. But of course, because Mewtwo had so many advantages in terms of psychic powers and stuff, Shadow would struggle a bit, but it wasn't an uneven fight. This fight, though... So, what I did look up about Ryuko and the people on Duo's Discord server, which, admittedly, getting a source from that place is a bit skeptical at best, I'm just saying.
They said Hulk was gonna beat Broly.
I mean, they still said...
Dude, the G1 blog said Hulk was gonna win.
Okay, but the point is, and this is just unanimously, many people were saying Shadow wins this without even going into super form, and from what I've seen of Ryuko could do at her strongest feat, yeah, I actually agree, man. Like, I get it. This is her most requested fight. No. Listen, it's her most requested fight.
Okay.
I understand that. But Death Battle bringing in Shadow too, this feels like a pity fight in a way. Like, Shadow's getting a fight where he could easily win without going into super form. So, why bother doing it? I don't know. I'm not... Okay, but maybe it'll get more views, so obviously that's probably why they did it. But if I was running Death Battle...
Dude, it'll get demonetized, probably.
Probably, given the character's attire.
Dude, just look up a transformation sequence.
Yeah, I've seen it on YouTube. Sean, be sure not to show it on my YouTube channel. Listen, I'm editing a scene in Resident Evil 6 at the moment. I'm having to censor the entire boss fight. Like...
Don't worry, I know how to censor stuff.
Well, don't even show it at all, mate.
Okay, then.
Just show the character in her normal jacket or school uniform, and that will do. Yeah, this fight just feels like a pity fight, really. Shadow's getting a weaker opponent, so it's like, oh yay, Shadow finally won. It's like, yeah, but it's kind of it's an easy win, really. That's like, I don't know, you're a wrestler, you fight 2 guys that stronger than you, you lose, so you pick on the weaker guy, and it's like, yes, I won. It's like, yeah, but you beat up a weaker guy. It's like, I don't know, that's just my view on it, and it's also the fact as well, and I might get killed for this, I don't like Shadow anymore. I actually don't like him.
Okay.
Like, as a kid, I loved him because it was like, oh my goodness, a rival to Sonic that is like equally as fast and powerful. Awesome. But I think after Sonic Adventure 2... Oh, no, it was mostly after Shadow the Hedgehog. He just became so boring.
Oh, so like 06 and onwards.
Pretty much. Like, even in 06, he was kind of interesting in a way. But then after that...
I mean, as bad as that game is, I will admit, Shadow's story was the best.
Yeah. Like, if that was what Shadow the Hedgehog's game was, I would have been like, you know what, mate? I'm up for this. Not just give Shadow a gun. but yeah, and just onwards.
Oh, dude, what if they give him a gun in the death battle?
Oh god. But yeah, like I just don't.
They could have a thing where he just pulls out a machine gun and Ryuko blocks it with a scissor blades.
Okay.
And somehow makes it look like a shotgun when turning the safety off, because that makes sense.
Oh, do you know what? As dumb as that game is, I will say I do love that. he clocks a machine gun. It's like that's not how a machine gun works.
Screw you, Logic, it's Shadow.
Wait, do you think like that machine gun operates like a shotgun, that you have to keep getting out the shell each time you fire it? Like,
That would be great for Resident Evil now, wouldn't it?
yeah, just just a machine gun shotgun. So yeah, I don't have much to say because I don't know much about Ryuko, but basically, I'm not looking forward to this. I want Shadow to die, but he's not going to, and I'm just not excited for a returning combatant.
I mean, there is something I have heard, but it's debatable.
Fair enough. So that's pretty much all I have to say about this. I'm not looking forward to it, and I don't like shitting on other people's favourite shows and stuff like that. I mean, recently someone just posted a saying on Duo's Discord server, trash talking the DC characters. Don't want to get into that now, but the point is, I hate it when I'm hoping a character loses, but at the same time, it's like, I just feel like Shadow's had his good fights, and just bringing him back for Ryuko just feels like, another wasted opportunity to give her another character who could deserve the spotlight. Like, I don't know, a new character that I've not heard of. I would love that. I get introduced to 2 new characters, but instead I'm getting introduced to a character I don't like it's essentially a pity fight. Rant over. Mate, do you want to say your piece?
Well, as someone who's familiar with both characters, oh boy, am I excited for this one. And, fun fact, you remember that top 10 I did?
Yeah, that
Was this on your list?
No, here's the thing. I had, like, a whole bunch of matchups in mind, but for one reason or another, I had to cut them because either I just wanted others more, or I just couldn't think of any good, like, jokes or things to write down. So I couldn't think of a way to make it interesting. Shadow versus Ryuko was going to be on that list.
Yeah, I remember you mentioned in like a private conversation once.
Oh yeah, I had this whole skit planned. I might do it in my reaction to the episode, actually.
Oh, nice.
Ladies
So
and
that way
gentlemen,
I can salvage it.
we have a clairvoyant on the podcast.
I am psychic. Apparently, like,
Do you know,
I was actually going to do a follow up to it, where I was going to list all the matchups and even some new ones. But then at the end of Hulk vs. Broly, people pointed out, oh yeah, that's teasing Ryuko. And I'm just like, fuck! While at the same time going, yay, I want that fight!
I get ya.
Because, like, okay, yeah, Shadow's fight with Vegeta. Oh, God. Like, okay, it was a good episode, don't get me wrong, but yeah, Shadow had no business picking a fight with Vegeta.
I mean,
Although,
yeah,
like, the actual fight itself and the voice acting, like, was freaking incredible. I loved it.
you can't go wrong with
Shadow vs. Yeah. Apparently there's some debate over whether or not Taka will reprise his role as Shadow in this fight.
Oof.
So,
Do you think he should, or do you think they should get someone else to do it?
I mean, it would be weird if he wasn't voicing him the third time.
I don't think
This has happened before, though. I mean, when Sonic first appeared in that battle, he wasn't voiced by Nick at the time.
True, although I have heard the reason going into that was because Sonic had a voice change in his series, and since Shadow has as well, then they could go that direction.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Also, I think there was wasn't there another one that had that kind of issue too, out of the returning combatants?
Hulk was voiced by 2 different people.
Yeah,
That's the one.
so I think the guy doesn't work for Death Bow anymore, or at the time it was called Screw Attack. Yeah, he left like years ago.
Oh yeah, that was Parker, who went with Game Attack.
Yeah, so I had to admit, has Team 4 Star actually done any Death Battle voices since their last one?
The last one they did was Deadpool vs. The Mask.
Wow, really?
Yep.
Damn. That episode feels like so long ago now. I don't know why. Even though it wasn't really.
Let's see. Oh, for Shadow vs. Mewtwo, the matchup, freaking love it, and also the fact that it basically just points out how Shadow and Mewtwo's stories were the exact same.
Yeah.
That never crossed my mind.
Continuing that Sega and Nintendo war.
Yeah, and like many people, I actually wanted Mewtwo to fight Silver.
That was like Silver's highly requested matchup alongside Trunks.
Oh, please don't let it be Trunks.
It's probably going to.
Well, for those who hate Silver, good news. He's gonna die if that happens.
Unless it's Archie Trunks. Archie Silver.
Wait,
sorry.
Archie Trunks?
Archie Trunks. Okay, I'm bringing it back. Dumb counter. Here we go again.
Wait,
But this
just
time we're
because
starting from one.
Because I misspoken. Really? That
Yep,
deserves a
yep.
dumb counter?
Hey, we're starting over this whole season. You went 2 podcasts about it, so feel proud of that at least.
Nah, man, that's to me that deserves a dumb counter. That me misspeaking is equal to me saying something dumb.
No, I'm actually willing to give misspeaking a pass.
Yeah. Like,
Okay, fine.
If I continue arguing, saying yeah, Archie Trunks, then I deserve the dumb counter. And we're done with that. That died off in Daymare, which is another series that I cancelled because fuck that game. So it's fitting that both of them.
I mean,
died
I have been asked to bring that back for other episodes of the podcast, to be fair, so...
Well, if those people who have been asking that, let me tell you something. Fuck off.
So anyway,
Yes.
honestly, I
Trunks
think
and
even
Silver is where you left off.
Yeah, honestly, I think even if they use Archie Silver, he'd probably still lose.
Well, whatever. So
yeah.
Shadow versus Ryuko.
But although I was just gonna lead in, Shadow vs. Mewtwo had so much great potential for the animation, and it wasn't the best. Like,
Wasn't there like a
looking back
reason
on it.
behind it? Like,
yeah, the animator was their last death battle they were doing, and because of some behind the scenes stuff, they kind of half-assed it.
Oof. I don't know
It's
that.
just like, well, I just want to get this done with and just leave.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, and
Wasn't this-
also there's the whole thing about purposely asking Taka to voice Shadow like bad,
Well, I mean,
like intentionally.
but didn't they do that as well for Shadow versus Shadow versus Vegeta?
Nope.
But it sounds just as bad.
this was back in season 1, to be fair, to
Yeah.
Taka.
But they gave him like the whole Sonic Adventure voice, which is the really bad voice. But I mean, I can kind of understand why people don't like the whole Shadow of a bad voice actor. But if they don't like that, then talk to Sega, because Shadow still has a terrible English dub.
I mean, at first I thought it was funny, but now when I look back on it, I'm just like, why does Shadow have a bad voice, whereas Sonic's is actually good?
Because Sonic actually has good voice actors. Why don't people understand that? Maybe I'm just the one that likes the meme of Shadow having a bad voice.
That's fair. Too.
I mean, in the Sonic X anime, he had a good English voice actor, to be fair. But it's just that in every game, he's always had a bad English dub. And I think Sega noticed, because even in Sonic Boom, like in the TV show, they purposely made him like just sound like he just doesn't give a damn about what's going on. And he had to just embrace that.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. But
it's just my take.
Yeah, leading into Shadow versus Ryuko. So one of the reasons I did want it, admittedly, just like, can Shadow have like another good episode, please? Also, when I got into Kill the Kill, like when I watched it all the way through, I thought, okay, I really want to see Ryuko in Death Battle, who's her most popular request. Shadow? Okay, that's weird. But then I thought about it more and was like, you know what? This is perfect. I want it. Because, like, at first when you see it, it's edgy hedgehog versus edgy waifu. With scissors, who's mostly naked. You just look at it and think, wait, what the fuck? But I'm not joking, just like with Mewtwo, Ryuko's story is almost beat for beat the exact same as Shadow's.
I mean, even the designs are kind of similar in a way.
Yeah, I think Ryuko is heavily inspired by Shadow.
Either that, or the person who created that anime was really horny for Shadow, so they made a female version.
Yeah, also, I don't know if you guys have heard about this, but Kill the Kill is actually canonically Shadow's favorite anime.
Oh yeah, I remember when they were doing that whole Ask the Fictional Characters podcast sort of thing.
Yeah, and they read out the question, Shadow, what's your favorite anime? And they're just asking, wait, is Shadow a what's that term? And he just interrupts to say that anime is I forget exactly what he says, but he basically just says he likes the one with the edgy girl with the scissor blades.
Oh, that's great.
I kind of want that to come up in the episode, in the analysis, not the fight.
Oh man, that would just be heartbreaking. Shadow has to kill his favourite character.
Dude, Shadow would have to kill his waifu.
Oh, please, I don't need Sonic 06 flashbacks.
You know what? Yeah, let's not.
Why? Why'd you put that image in my head?
You know what? Go by the game's own story. It never happened, remember?
Yep, never happened. It never happened. Even Sega don't like it.
God, what the fuck were they thinking? Anyway,
I don't know if they were thinking.
They were horny.
But I'm also just thinking of the animation potential that this has. Like, they both have super forms. Have them fly into space and while fighting. That'd be freaking cool. And I don't know if you've heard Kill the Kill music.
Oh yeah, I've heard it.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, Don't Lose Your Way is very catchy.
Oh, it so is. And like, say what you will about Sonic games, the soundtracks are always the best part.
Yeah, I mean, even in like their worst games, Sonic Forces and Sonic 06 have probably the best in the 3D franchise.
Yeah.
Like, even Sonic Boom has some pretty catchy beats.
And you know what? 06 had All Hail Shadow.
Oh wait, I thought that was in Sonic... Oh no, sorry, Shadow the Hedgehog.
Nope.
No, I'm thinking
that was in 06.
Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of All of Me. That was the one I'm thinking of.
I Am All of Me.
Yeah, that one is edgy but catchy as fuck.
That's why Infinite's theme.
Oh yeah. That's actually where they had that be Shadow's part in the I Am All of Mewtwo. But man, I really want to hear the track for this fight.
I mean, Lewis has already posted a tease of what the thumbnail is going to look like for it. So far, it looks really good. I do like they went to Blender to start making like the images because they look really good.
Yeah, they do.
So, who are you rooting for in this episode? Out of curiosity.
Okay, I like both, but purely because of like childhood bias, I'm going to be rooting for Shadow.
It's understandable.
Yeah, well, that and I just think he wins. So
Mate
There's
really
that. That's
wants
not-
me to buy him something.
that's not to say that I don't think Ryuko is helpless. She does have some things going for her. Like, the main thing being her regeneration. Like, she survived having her heart ripped out before.
Oh, everyone's had their heart ripped out once. It's happens to me every Sunday.
There's also the time she was fighting. Okay, spoiler alert for Kill la Kill,
I'm not too bothered.
if anyone cares. There was a time she was fighting her mother and she got cut in half.
Ouch.
Oh, she lived.
Oh, fair enough.
Because she kind of just put herself back together. It was weird. But awesome. And that's what led to the fight in space, and she had that super form. And it was really cool.
Fair enough, fair enough.
She survived falling from orbit. Without, what's his name again? Senketsu, I believe it is.
You're asking me.
Yeah, that's the outfit she wears that's alive.
Basically a symbiote.
Kind of, except it's just clothing.
So symbiote.
Like, it's... No. Like, you're thinking of a symbiote where it's like a part of you. This is just a piece of clothing she can take on and off whenever she wants.
Yeah, symbiote.
We're just trying to put it into layman's terms. We're not trying to piss you off or anything.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm just saying it just to take the piss. Because
Fair enough.
how he's describing the symbiote or this clothing is exactly what Eddie does with the symbiote now. He can just take it off.
Does Venom drink his blood?
I mean, he did at the start. He was eating him from the inside out.
Maybe Carnage does that?
Oh, well, that's what Senketsu does to Ryuko.
I mean, to be fair, she has her heart. It beats blood, so you know.
Although, like, the closer that they become... Anyway, like, when they first transformed, like, he had to drink a lot of her blood to have her transform and be, like, super strong and everything. Kind of almost killed her.
Okay, at least the symbiote suit's not like that.
Yeah. But then, like, they become closer, and he has to consume, like, the absolute bare minimum. So... it's not as big of a problem for her, but if she loses a lot of blood, then it can become an issue.
Okay.
I mean, as it always should be, you kind of need your blood to live.
Yeah, I mean, it is an essential part of the human body, really.
Yeah. Oh, and to end this off, I just want, like, whoever wins, regardless if it's, like, Shadow or Ryuko, have the winner say sayonara.
Of course.
Complete the Trinity. I'm not gonna lie, if Shadow does win, it'd be so cathartic for him to finally say it.
It kind of is, and I'm actually kind of rooting for Shadow now, just for that line. Just for that line.
I converted Billy!
Oh god, you sound like a crazy cultist.
The cult of mate is now.
With my right-hand man, Zoidbug. Hooray! I'm useful! I'm having a wonderful time!
Why is it in this podcast we keep calling upon animals?
Zoidberg's not an animal, technically.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
he's an alien. Those are animalistic. Plus, have you not seen him when he's angry and horny?
I watched that episode not long ago,
Exactly.
because I've been going back through Futurama on Disney+.
So since we're nearly getting up to the hour mark, do you have anything else to add for this fight, mate?
I should address the thing I mentioned. So, there was a Kill la Kill video game that came out, and I've heard people say that there's something in it that you could reasonably get Ryuko to Universal, apparently.
Wait, it had a game?
Yeah. Made by Arc System Works, actually.
Ah, that explains why I haven't heard of the game.
Yeah. Well, I've also heard, like, it's meant to be, like, some, like, dream sequence or something.
Oh, so that kind of blows it out of the water then, doesn't it?
Yeah, kind of.
Alright, then.
Although, if you do want to bring in that, then I guess you could maybe argue bringing in Archie, and then it would like keep the result the same. Maybe, I'm not sure. I don't know how powerful Shadow is in Archie, but just based off of what Sonic can do,
I mean, from
then
what I'm told,
oof.
Archie Sonic is the only overpowered character in that. Well, along with Metal Sonic, because he does do all the things that Sonic does.
I've actually heard Metal Sonic and Archie is even worse than games Metal Sonic.
I mean, yeah, I mean, he also teases Silver at one point when Silver's trying to break through his black shield. He actually goes, "It's no use."
There's also that one panel where someone says it's no use to Silver, and he's just like, God damn it, I'm tired of people saying that.
You know what? I remember that. He got so angry after trying to hold something, he got super powerful and just tore the room apart, apparently. Because imagine it, you're struggling to win a fight, and then suddenly someone says that meme, and he's like, ah, and just destroys everything around him.
You know what? I kind of want Death Battle to do that if they put Silver in a fight.
So, shall we give the Sean man a chance?
Yeah, let Sean talk.
What do you have to say about this matchup, Sean?
I'm about to do something that no one else in the podcast normally does. I agree with Bill on a lot of points, actually, because a lot of them also share some of my own.
Wait, people don't agree with my opinions?
You'll be surprised.
Me and Richard have agreed a ton of times on DC.
Well, I'm talking more specifically on Death Battle, of course.
Yeah, we've agreed on stuff. I
But
think.
regardless,
Even I'm not sure now.
I understand that, like, I understand the whole returning combatant thing's not that great. I mean, yeah, we are getting another returning combatant at some point this season in Doctor Doom. But for Doctor Doom, it was since season 2, since we last saw him. And he had no matches prior.
And plus, he kind of fought against someone who didn't really stand a chance against him.
Yeah, poor Vader.
And then, like,
Also,
I don't know how
consider
Bill felt. Go ahead. Consider what?
I still think like 3 times is like kind of the limit for characters. So if anything, this should be Shadow's last death battle.
Okay.
That's just what I think.
I just think his second time was the amount.
Yeah, but if 3 is the limit for a character, then yeah, I think this would be a good one to end Shadow on.
So Sean,
Nope.
which parts do you agree with me on?
Like, this definitely feels like a Shadow, like an easy Shadow win. Like, even if it's just game Shadow, it feels like a very easy win. Yeah. It feels like it's going to be an easy, like, pity win. So I'm, of course, going to go with Shadow. Because, yeah, it's pretty much self-explanatory at this point. But this can either be as good as Leonardo versus Jason was, potentially, because those were 2 returning combatants, and they had a pretty good episode. Or the worst this can be is like Joker versus Sweet Tooth. And the reason that is let's be honest, when that fight got announced, did anyone really think Sweet Tooth stood a chance against Joker?
Actually, yeah.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah, I mean...
Why did people think Needles stood a chance?
Well,
Because there was a tease from the Torian. Like, he posted a screenshot of Joker's Titan form. So everyone thought that was going to fight the Sweetbot, and the Sweetbot was going to destroy it.
I mean, as well as that, I mean, not many people actually thought they were going to bring in the Sweet Tooth Mobile as his arsenal. So people just thought, oh, if we're just talking about them in physical form, then Joker wins. But then when they kind of teased, oh no, he's going to have his vehicle, then they're like, oh yeah, Sweet Tooth stomps.
Well, that's the thing. Sweet Tooth isn't even the guy's name. It's Needles.
Yeah, I had to admit, I was a bit surprised when they still haven't changed. I mean, Sweet Tooth sounds a bit better than Needles, to be fair.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, he stood no chance against Joker when you look at it. Like, there was nothing that he could have done to beat Joker more times than Joker could have beaten him.
I mean, yeah, this is a man whose gadgets kind of rival Batman's, and he has arsenals to deal with all sorts of creatures and heroes.
That's kind of how I feel about Shadow versus Ryuko right now. It's you can have amazing voice acting like Joker versus Sweet Tooth did, but the matchup itself is probably not going to be great as far as comparing these characters to each other is.
I will admit, it was fun when they were fighting in the vehicles, though. You have to admit, that was pretty cool.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, this could be a phenomenal animation, but my main problem with this is it's not a good matchup, like, comparing and contrast-wise. This feels like an easy Shadow win.
Yeah, that's why I have to agree with Sean on as well. It's like, yeah, pretty much what he said. I have nothing else to add to that.
It could be better than Yoda versus Mickey. Heck, it could be better than any episode we've seen as far as animation and analysis go. But the only way that that's going to surprise people of being one of the best episodes ever is if Ryuko somehow pulls out a win that no one expected.
I mean,
could you imagine the reaction to that, though?
Oh, God, that would get so many people angry. I mean,
also, it would make Shadow the first ever third-time loser.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, many people thought Hulk was going to destroy Broly, but...
And people were thinking that with Ben versus Hal. People thought Ben was going to easily be Hal Jordan.
Yeah, so, I mean, who knows? Maybe Ryuko is a lot more powerful than we all three of us know, but from what I've seen of the characters... I mean, I'm going to say, I've only seen the wikis and, of course, some fan-made death battles, and the majority of the time, Ryuko doesn't seem like to be on that destructive level Shadow is.
Meanwhile, Shadow's wiped out an entire alien fleet in one shot.
To be fair, that was on Sonic X. That is not canon.
They're going to count that. They have done before.
I don't know. I mean, I guess, Sonic X did tie into Sonic Adventure in a way, so I guess it could count.
Was Shadow's last matchup in Season 2 or 3?
3.
Oh, no, for
Okay. 3. So it came after Bowser versus Ganon when they changed up the research and rules and everything.
No, it came directly after Joker versus Sweet Tooth.
No, I was saying because the rules were different before Bowser versus Ganon, and then they changed the rules after that.
Was it right after that episode?
Yeah, because of the whole no limits fallacy thing.
Oh, I thought you were going to be talking about the research team being brought on and being more official.
Right. That too as well.
No, that was the first episode where they were that much involved.
Yeah. A good point about this, though, we're going to be getting a new franchise and a new character, which is always a plus.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I guess I think I was so angry with the fact Shadow's returning, I didn't exactly acknowledge that. I am happy that another franchise is finally getting into Death Battle.
I mean, is there a better matchup for Ryuko? Thematically, probably not. But to make it a fair fight, yes, there probably is.
Oh, yeah, I can think of 2 already.
I have heard a couple. I've heard Ryuko versus Krona before.
That would actually be kind of fun.
Although there was also Ryuko versus Akame from Akame Ga Kill.
Mm-hmm. From what we saw of what was the name of that ice lady again?
Esdeath.
Yeah, she was pretty badass. So who knows what Akame is? Isn't she basically, from what I've heard, she's basically Kenshin but with a sword?
Kenshiro,
sorry. Okay, now you can add a dumb counter for that.
Hey, it's back!
Only this time.
Sean's so happy he gets to add to the counter.
he's just dusting off the logo. Just, it's time to rise.
Well, that is cool that we are going to get this, and I feel like this is going to be a good soundtrack, honestly. I think it's going to be made by Brandon, because this seems like a kind of mashup that Brandon would do.
Luis did comment on it.
Oh, he did?
Someone asked if this is gonna be a Brandon song, and he said, he basically said it is, but it also isn't.
Is he collabing?
So it's probably
it might be a collaboration thing,
like what they did for Lost Ice Storms, pretty much, or maybe even Blood Moon. That kind of good.
Oh, if it's like that, oh boy.
Oh, nice.
And Yeah, we get Shadow for a third time, and comparing Shadow's first 2 episodes, I thought were good. I mean, his best episode was probably him versus Vegeta, especially when you go and watch the episodes back. Like, it's hard for me to go back and watch Shadow versus Mewtwo, even though I love Pokemon.
I was actually probably one of the
You
few
got killed by a spoon.
You have to admit, the kill is hilarious. Although I will admit, it's kind of out of place, the spoon looking so realistic.
Because they use spoon.png.
Yeah, they pretty much did that. I mean, I think even like the guys at Crossover X actually animated their own spoon sprite when they used Mewtwo. So they get
Yeah, that was for Mewtwo versus Black War Greymon, wasn't it?
Yeah, do you know, that was actually the episode I was really hoping Mewtwo was actually fighting. I'm not a huge Digimon fan, but Black War Greymon was always my favourite.
I mean, that could still end up happening, you never know.
It could.
Right. And, you know, on the one hand with Shadow returning, yeah, it's been a while since we've seen him, but for this matchup, I would have been fine if it was something else, if they wanted to bring Shadow back a third time.
I will also add, each of Shadow's episodes are 5 years apart.
It's like a death battle tradition at this point. Every 5 years, they bring back Shadow the Hedgehog.
Actually, you know what? I made a tweet about that. I think I got some funny responses. You keep them, I'll look them up.
Alright.
But Shadow's coming back for a third time, and I don't know if that's going to be a good idea. Or, you know, as Bill was saying with Wonder Woman earlier, yeah, Wonder Woman did come back for a third time, but they were interesting and close matchups. Where with this time, as Bill said earlier, again, I'm agreeing with Bill on a lot of points today. This does not feel close at all.
Do you know, it's weird, like, I'm used to hearing Jaru and May and Richard agreeing with me, but hearing you agree with me just feels so alien. More alien than...
Is that a sign of the apocalypse?
No, it's because we don't... I'm not used to doing this kind of stuff with you is the thing. That's probably why.
I mean, yeah, but even in video games, you kind of disagree with me on certain things. You know, like how I shouldn't have run away.
It depends on the video game.
Like how I shouldn't have just pulled over a lever and fired a howitzer. What's this?
Yeah, I died from that. Thanks.
That is still the best clip we've had on Left 4 Dead.
That is true.
What's this?
Boom. I found the replies, by the way.
What the f did you do? You want to go over those real quick?
Okay, so, Awesome Ethan saying, by that logic, Shadow vs. Base in 2026.
Oh, God.
Jackson does tweets or at Lucari Boy. Shadow vs. Vincent 2031.
Oh my God.
That's Vincent from Final Fantasy VII, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Telrock, Shadow vs. Deadpool 2037, although I think he meant 2036.
Oh, God.
Jackson again, Shadow vs. Wario 2041.
Yeah, do you know, I remember when that was highly requested. Like, oh my God, Wario versus Shadow was... That was requested alongside with Knuckles versus Wario.
And then Wario fought... I was going to say Wario ended up fighting Dedede and farts. Ew.
I can't believe we had a death end with a fart.
I've got 3 more of these, by the way.
Yeah, let's read these last few. Then
let's hear them.
Sean will wrap up.
Okay, from Yang the Insane, Archie Shadow versus Reverse Flash 2046.
Do you know, that would actually be quite sick, I'm not gonna lie.
Rip Archie Shadow, just saying.
Oh yeah, Reverse Flash is... Fuck that guy, he's too OP.
Dude, if it's a Flash in Death Battle, my money's on the Flash.
No, there's some Flash characters that aren't as overpowered, but Barry... not Barry, I keep forgetting his fucking name. Wally, yeah. Wally... What? Wally and Reverse Flash are like gods amongst the DC cast. Hell, even Superman doesn't tangle with the Reverse Flash. And yet Wonder Woman will.
Then we got Teleman 2020, Shadow versus Sasuke 2051.
Why you gotta do my boy like that?
Then Jackson again, Shadow versus Darkrai 2056.
Oh god, if that actually does become a thing. Oh, can you imagine us doing this podcast
So-
for that long?
Dude, can you imagine Death Battle going for that long?
True, but
That too.
Like, fuck me.
I'm just picturing my elderly state like, so we're gonna talk about this death battle. Join with me as your early mate? Bill.
Hello, Billy.
And sure.
you doing today?
What?
What? What you saying?
I like to
I'm your grandpa.
What?
I like
you're not.
What was that about cranberries?
Oh, I pooped my pants.
Okay. I'm so happy I didn't take a drink there.
How is it we went from talking about Shadow versus Ryuko to poop?
I think it's because me and Bill find this more entertaining than the matchup itself.
I agree.
But if that's all that applies, I'm just gonna wrap up just by saying that this could be potentially good if the matchup itself was a whole lot closer. That's all I can really sum this up with, pretty much.
That's understandable.
I will say, I don't think a close, like a clear-cut winner doesn't equal a bad episode. But that's just what I think.
I mean, I
Well,
understand.
in this case, because like Shadow's coming back, seriously, they're giving him one that's not even close.
Yeah.
Okay, that plus the returning combatant, then okay, maybe.
Like, if it's like a one-sided matchup, but it's with different characters, and it's a really thematic fight, then I probably would let it slide. But it's also the fact as well that Shadow had some pretty good matchups. I'm pretty sure Ryuko has some pretty good matchups as well. Like, in fact, when you mentioned Kronos, like, I would have loved to see it. Mostly because I want to see Ragnarok again, because, oh my god, that character is hilarious. Like,
Yeah, but we just had Krona not long ago.
I know, but we didn't get enough Ragnarok. I will say, I love his line, "Wake up, stupid!" Like, I need
I
that.
kind of want that as an alarm.
I was literally just about to say that. I want that as an alarm, too.
Yes.
This is why me and mate are mates. We have the same
You know what?
mindset.
You know, would you pay extra to have Ragnarok physically come out of your phone, go, wake up, stupid, and punch you in the head?
Do you know what I would? Do you know how many videos I could edit if someone just punched me in my sleep just to wake me up?
Oh, also, that would just wake you up a lot.
Yeah, like, my mum has to wake me up by, it'll be 8:30, and she has to get the French Bulldog to run into my room. Like,
Dude, I have to wake myself up at 2:45 in the morning these days.
yeah, when I had to work at like 7 a.m, I just couldn't do it. Anyway, we're getting really off track now. Sean, any last thoughts?
I'm just gonna feel bad if this is someone's first ever episode of Death Battle.
And that is a good segue into.
Yeah, that's a really good segue.
Yeah, well done, Sean.
I'm trying.
I think.
Hey, again. Oh.
I mean, Sean has been like the best person for segues. He is the segue. I was about to say queen. You know what? Fuck it.
Bitch.